So we've got this play booster box of Bloomburrow. We're going to open this up today. I've actually had this for a little while. I think I pre-ordered this one, but just didn't get around to opening it. I was pretty hyped for the set when it came out. It is a good set. I enjoy it. But then after I got this box, I learned a little bit more about the play boosters, which makes them some things a little bit less exciting than I initially thought about. These was with previous sets in play boosters, you could get bonus sheet cards and cool treatments and things like that, but with Bloomburrow, it seems as though they've made a change, and you basically can't get any of the cool stuff in play boosters. So that kind of put a damper on my excitement for opening this, and that's why we're getting around to it now rather than when the set just came out. But there's still lots of good cards in this set. I think there's the set's performing quite well. There's a lot of cool stuff that I haven't opened at all yet, so maybe we'll get some interesting things. But I thought it was kind of interesting to learn how they didn't really include any of the, like, normally you could get like commander set cards, or if they had a bonus sheet, or anything really, like even in Ixalan, like you could get the neon foils, I believe, in play boosters, but I guess you can't really get anything like that in these. You can get a manifold mouse. That's actually a pretty good card, I think. The cool lands. It seems like the winter ones, I think, tend to be the rare ones that you're looking for. So we'll put this here. Do I have... Okay. So rares, lands, foils. We'll save some room for mythics. I'm not exactly sure which cards I'm looking for at this point, but I know there are ones that I would like to get that I don't have yet. This is a good uncommon. Patchwork Banner and Scavenger's Talent recently went up, and then here's a Mythic Warren War Leader. Okay, that was a pretty good pack. Art card, we'll make a pile for those. There's our Mythic Scavenger's Talent. That can go in the cool stuff at this point, as well as that one. There we are. Some of the talents seem to be rather popular now. The green one, especially, I think Innkeepers is what it's called. I have not opened any copies of that Parting Gust. I'm a big fan of that card. Paw Patch Recruit. I'll put the... yeah, it just goes in here. Wait, what was my rare Paw Patch Recruit? I've been trying to find a deck that I want to play for standard now after rotation, but I haven't found one to land on yet that really, like, vibes with me, I guess. Like, normally I would just default to mono red, and mono red is still good, but it's so much worse than it was pre-rotation. Caretaker's Talent, that one's a good one as well. Swamp and this thing. I've been playing a lot of Arena, trying out some standard decks. The mono red deck, it's still good, but I found that it's much easier to fall in the situation where, like, you have a handful of pump spells and no creatures to use them on, which is not a situation I want to be in, but because that's kind of how these new aggressive cards are designed, like with I don't know if we got one, but there's the one-drop mouse where it wants to be targeted, so you would play like a nice Lumra. Too bad Snug's not here. Who would love this card? I have to set this one aside for him. Here's a Winter Plains. What was I talking about? Yeah, so there's the one-drop mouse, and like you play, I think I got one of them, Might of the Squeak. Did I get one? Yeah, right there. So you play that in the mono red deck, but it's like that plus Monstrous Rage is kind of getting to be a lot of pump spells, and I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I just need to play it a little bit more. I've also been... Hey, Mockingbird, that's a good card as well. And a Winter Swamp. I've also been playing the Black-Red Lizards deck. It seems good. It can do some pretty busted stuff, but it kind of has a lot of moving pieces, and those individual pieces are pretty weak on their own. So like, yeah, if things come together, it can be really good, but it's also easy for the deck to just get run over while it's playing like 1/2s and stuff like that. Got an Artist's Talent and a Mabel. Pretty cool. Swamp. Well, you know, if you can get your, turn 1 hired Claw or whatever, turn 2 Gev, turn 3, I don't know, play 3 Lizards, or like play Offspring on your Iridescent Vine Lasher, yeah, the deck is gonna seem like it's awesome. But a lot of the time, I think this guy's cool. Bright Blade Stoat. A lot of the time what happens is that maybe you don't have a turn 1 play, and then turn 2 you go Gev, and then your opponent goes removal spell, and you're like, huh. Yeah, I'm a lot farther behind than I thought I would be at this point. Blacksmith's Essence Channeler. So it seems like the black-white deck... Oh, that's a pretty decent foil. The black-white deck... that one is interesting to me. The Bat Life Gain deck, which would have that card in it. I might like to try that out. I just would need to spend a lot of rare wild cards to play it on Arena, which I'm not sure if I want to do. Whoa, check that out. What a... I guess that just can happen. In a play booster. Just 2 copies of the same uncommon. Back to back. Yeah. A Thorn Vault. Forager. I also tried to put together a Bant Flicker kind of deck, because I was saying I really like Parting Dust. I like Salvation Swan, so I was trying to make use of those cards, flickering my own things, and I put something together that seems pretty decent, but it's not really my style of play. It's so dirtily, like, it can win games, it can be good, but I just, yeah, there's Gev right there. Put these away. It's like where I play the 2-drop frog that draws a card, and then I flicker it, and then I play another thing that draws me a card when something leaves play, and there's so much stuff going on each turn, and eventually I'll win by attacking with, 1/1s and 3/3 flyers and stuff, but it takes a long time to get to that point. Dark Star Augur. That guy's pretty cool. I played that in a draft recently. I played it with Offspring, and I died because I revealed, I believe, a 5-drop and a 4-drop on my upkeep, and I had less than 9 life. Castrol. Opened quite a few of that card. 3... okay. This is the win... I think this is, like, potentially the best card that you can possibly open out of a play booster. Because I was saying you can't really get the fancy things that you can get out of collector boosters, but I think this might be literally the best card you can possibly open out of a play booster. Because it's the borderless foil Winter 3 Tree City. I'm gonna have to check the value of that one when we're done here. Funny, I've opened quite a decent amount of this product. Well, from doing pre-releases, and like I opened some pre-release kits, opened a collector box. This is the first 3 Tree City that I've opened. So, that's nice. Nice to get it now, anyway. Coiling Rebirth. It was interesting that came after the token, I think, or after the land or something. It was way in the back of the pack, not even with the rares. I believe it was after the land. Amberheart Challenger, that's good to get. If I were to play mono red in standard, I would probably be playing this card, and I only have 2 of them currently, so getting another one's good. And we got a Helga here, there's a mythic. It's pretty cool. There's a frog there. So far, I think I have had the most success with the lizard deck, but it's just... It feels a little bit... delicate to me, I guess. Cruel Claws Heist. not sure if delicate is the right word. A little bit inconsistent, maybe? Because I was just saying it has so many moving pieces with small creatures that need to work together. Those are two good uncommons there, Mudflat Village and Fell. Sugarcoat's pretty decent too, we got it as your Beast Binder. There's a card that was hyped up during spoiler season. I didn't really get into the hype for it. I didn't think it was that good to begin with, and I don't think it's really done anything so far. Like it's cool, but I'm just not really into this card. It's a rat rogue, so those are two quite relevant creature types. Maybe that could make it more relevant in the future. This is the one drop I was talking about. You're playing mono red now that wants to be targeted with stuff. Whisker Veil Forerunner. Here's one that you play in the Lizard deck. It's pretty decent. I do like this one. I'm actually not a fan of Burning Tree Emissary. I've never, for whatever reason, I've never liked playing that card. This one I think is much better though, because it's not just a 2/2 like Burning Tree is. Being able to rummage with your extra mana is pretty relevant. I think that's a pretty big step up on Burning Tree. Another Mabel. Portent of Calamity, and oh cool, we got a special guest, a Frogmite. That's funny. Yeah, we'll put it, I don't know, let's put it right there. Its own special spot. For the longest time, oh, we got something there. Starts with, oh, is that Glarb? For the longest time, I opened 0 special guests. I don't know what it was, just opening like play booster boxes and stuff, just getting none. But I've done pretty decent with Bloomburrow and getting special guests. Scrap Shooter, card's okay, and then we got our foil Glarb there, foil Mythic, nice. We got 2 Mythic Frogs, I knocked my cards over. Keen-Eyed Curator. That card's pretty decent. And a Hugs. Okay, another Mythic. Hugs is really good. I think... I'm not sure if it's seeing so much play right now, but I feel like it might just need the right deck for it, but it's a really pushed card there. Jackdaw Savior. Zera. I'm trying to remember the card. That's just like the one for artifacts. It does the same thing, but for artifacts. It was the Biobox promo for Aether Revolt. It's like that card, but for creatures with flying instead of artifacts. Earthborn Battler. Okay. Who's that? Mr. Foxglove. Still trying to remember the name of that card. We got Phineas. Okay. It's actually pretty decent, Phineas. Like, it needs to attack before it really does anything, but I actually kind of like this card, Phineas, there. Like, I've had that played against me, and whenever I see it, I feel like I need to kill it immediately. Dawn's Truce, good card. I'll put that with the cool stuff. It's basically a white hero intervention. It's not exactly the same, but it's very similar. Zorline, that one went up as well. I don't mind seeing that. We'll put that with the cool stuff as well. Five mythics. There might not be any more in the box, but I would kind of expect to see at least one more. Valley Flood Collar, okay, it's for your otter deck. Nice to get another free Tree City. Obviously. We got Fecund Green Shell. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Foil Salvation Swan. So in my top 10 video, I picked that. I think the number 2 card in the set. I feel like that was over evaluating. It's a good card. It's just, I don't know. If I were to reevaluate it, it might not even be in the top 10. But it is still good. It would at least get an honorable mention. Fabled Passage, yeah, it's good. We'll put that with the cool stuff. Foil Portent of Calamity. Getting down to the last few packs here. Wick. You know, this card, was it World or something? It's weird how many cards it appears on in this set when I'm not sure if it was ever used in the name of a Magic card before. It's like that meme where it's, you know, whatever happens twice, and it's not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, or however it goes. For the common good. I was saying before, I think that card sucks. Maybe I'm wrong, but sorcery speed, pay a bunch of mana to basically populate. I don't know about that one. Byway Barterer, the greatest card ever. Yeah, you can play that in your raccoon deck with it. 2 packs left. Will we get one more mythic? Iridescent Vine Lasher is a good rare. I will put that with the cool stuff. Alright, what is our last pack gonna have? You can see there. Empty box. I'll try and slow roll this one. We got uncommon, uncommon, Star Charter, uncommon again, Tidecaller Mentor, a rare, so it's not a mythic. We have Alania, Divergent Storm, a land, and a foil common. Pond Prophet. Okay, so only 5 mythics in that box. We did get special guest though, and then also this thing. So I am interested to scan some things up and do a recap. The set's, you know, been up for a little bit now, so it's probably worth checking the prices of some things. So I'll come back to you in just a moment. Alright, we're back, and I've scanned up the cool stuff and laid it out for you here. So what I've scanned up here is all this and all the rares and stuff. Came out to about $175 US by TCG Player, mid pricing. It's more than what I paid for the box, but not actually by that much more. So in Canada, I believe these were pre-ordering for like 210 Canadian dollars plus tax, which is pretty expensive. But it is more than what I paid, and mainly because of this card right here. Without that card, this box would be terrible, but we did get it. So the 3 Tree City here, the winter foil one, so I think that's currently sitting at around $80 US, but yeah, that's obviously the big hit for the box. Only 5 mythics. None of them like that great in terms of value. Lumer's outside of Lumera, you know, that one's pretty decent, but the rest are currently anyway not exactly what you want to open with mythics. Decent number of good rares though. Didn't actually get the Innkeeper's Talent, which I have still opened 0 copies of. These ones are all right though, you know, the Caretakers and Scavenger's Talent, Mockingbird, Dawn's Truce, Fabled Passage. Did get the special guest, the Frogmite here. It's not, you know, not huge value or anything, but it's cool to get the special guest. I think it looks pretty neat. So yeah, mainly because of this card. It was a pretty decent box. Not amazing, but I'm still happy with it. I don't think I'm gonna open any more Bloomburrow product unless it goes on sale, which it could. So you know, maybe in the future you'll see it. But you know, as I was saying, it's with the play boosters specifically for this set. It seems like they've taken out basically all the cool stuff. Like you're basically just opening. You can get special guests. You can get this, but outside of that, you know, you basically have to get collector boosters, so they're kind of less exciting to open. I don't know if they're gonna do that in the future moving forward. Hopefully not. Maybe it's cool to get, you know, be able to get the fun stuff in play boosters as well. Anyway though, if you're still watching, thanks for watching. It'd be cool if you can like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. I'd encourage everyone to come join my Discord server. You can find a link to that in the video description below. And in the video description, you can also find a link to the Snug and Dave store, where you can purchase custom playmats and tokens. And if you want to purchase any magic cards, either sealed or singles, you can get those at mtgnorth.ca. Also, I'd just like to take a moment to thank all the patrons that support me on Patreon. But otherwise though, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.